Hi everyone. So there are a few new things that you need to do for your drawings for the parts that you've been working on. And so I'm kind of just labeling this a tips and trick kind of a thing. We're going to look at how to create a section view, a detail view, and how to move your detail view to sheet 2, and then also how to add your center lines and such for a circular pattern. So let's go ahead. We're just going to start up here with our tissue box. And one thing that we need to understand is that this cut in the middle does not go through the entire box. But looking at it from here, we can't tell that. But we can tell it if we go ahead and zoom out here. And I'm going to start a sketch, and I'm going to draw a line that goes from right about here across, make it about the same distance. I hope that you saw that I actually started and ended my line a little bit off the edges. If you don't do that, it creates kind of like a jagged edge and it doesn't look nice. So that's what I did. I'm going to go ahead and bring this down so it looks a little more on center. And then I'm going to finish my sketch. Come up to Place Views, Section View, select your line, zoom back out and bring it down. Here, we want it to go ahead and stay full scale, the same scale as its parent, which is that top view. And I'm going to click, and here you go. You can see here it calls out the section that matches with the letters that are on the end of the section line itself. So that's how you do that. And then you can just add all of your dimensions onto here, just like the original drawing I showed you. All right, so when we come over to this guy, we have a circular pattern that we did. So we need to add some center lines and center marks so that we can properly dimension this. So come up here to annotate. And let's start with just some center marks. Center marks go in the center of any of like circle or the ellipses. And you just have to click on the edges and it places them here. For the ellipses, it just kind of does the same thing. It picks that center mark. There we go. All right, so I also want to do a center line from the midpoint of this line that's highlighted, which is the little green dot, and bring it straight across to the midpoint here. Right click, create. And then I also want to put one up here at the top and goes down to the bottom. Right click, create. Very good. Okay, let's go ahead. We need to put a construction circle that goes through these so that we can call out what the diameter is. You need that to do your circular pattern. So I'm going to click back on center marks and I'm going to select that one, the next one, the next one. Actually, I take that back. We need center line. Sorry, guys. Click here. And it looks like it's doing straight lines, but when you get to this third one, it starts to round out. Click on the last one, right click, do create. There we go. Okay, I also want to do a center line that goes from this hole to this hole. And that will allow us to add our dimension. Oops, I forgot to hit create. Sorry, guys. One more. Right click, create. Now, if I come up to dimension, then I can actually add that angle that's in here. And then when you go to dimension these guys, just click on it and you can either go up or you can go to the right, and you need both of those on there. Okay, so that's that one. Now let's look down at this guy. So on the drawing, sometimes it gets really busy and you need to make this as big as you can just to make it easier to understand. And so what I had done on your drawing is I did a detail circle and then I moved that detail to sheet 2. So that's what I want to show you how to do. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here and I want to start a sketch and draw a circle. Actually, let's undo that. That's how I thought we had to do it, but things have changed a little bit. Go ahead and come up to place views and click on detail. And you'll see it's recognizing where I'm wanting it to be here. So I'm just going to click, and then I need to drag my circle out. And I want to make sure that I encapsulate just what it is I need. If I'm needing to dimension this from that right edge of my part, then I would need it to go larger. But I'm not doing that, so I'm just going to make it just big enough. And then you'll see it's creating it. So I'm just going to select here. And you can change this detail to whatever size it is that you need. You want to make it big enough so that you can actually add those dimensions on here, okay? And then I've done this a few times, so you can see it says detail D. If this is the only thing that you've done on your drawing, then you really should click on here and change what the detail is. All right, what detail letter? Okay, so I need to move this to my second sheet. So first I have to create that second sheet. So I'm going to click up here on new sheet, and there we have it. And then I'm going to double click back onto sheet 1 and expand here. Now you see all 3 drawing numbers. So we're part of 5.9, and this is the actual detail. That's this piece right here. And you can see it's got that circle look to it. So I'm just going to hold down on there and bring it down until you see that blue bar that's in here, and let go. And you can see how it actually did move over here. Now this is far too small for what I want to do, so I'm going to double click and it should open this window up. And I'm going to go ahead and choose 4:1 and hit OK. And now it's much larger. So now is when you can come in and you can go to annotate, and we can do the center points, right? And then we can add the detail circle here. You can right click and hit create. So there's your circle so that you can dimension that and do whatever you need to do. Okay, the last thing I want to show you guys, see how this font's really small down here? I need it to be bigger. So to modify any of your font size, I'm going to, let me place a dimension on here so that you can see totally tiny, right? If you come up to manage and click on styles editor, give it just a moment to respond. Okay, I want to move this kind of off a little bit. This might not work out well. Let me try. So I'm going to come down to text, the note text, and here's where you'll change how large your font is for your drawings. And I'm going to hit save and close. And you should see that it got a little bit bigger. We can go back to sheet 1, and it will make the font a little bigger. You just kind of have to go through and just keep adjusting it until you can get the size it is that you want it to be. Okay, so just keep coming in. You can go to dimension, and we're doing the default ANSI, and you can change it from 2 decimal places to 3 decimal places. Hit save and close, and you'll see right here now it went from 0.04 to 0.040. Okay, so hopefully that helped you guys out with your drawings, and have a great time.